1 year ago today, on July 28th, 2018, I started a series called Saturday Stories. It's been exactly 1 year now since this series begun, as it's now July 28th, 2019. And that means today is the 1 year anniversary since it all began. Before I begin, first off want to apologize. There was no story yesterday. One of the reasons is because if you realize in the Zolas Up 2 updates video, which by the way, as of right now, I'm actually still uploading that. 22 minutes remaining. It's taken over 3 hours for this video to upload, and I don't know how it's still not uploaded by now. But anyway, guys, oh my god. There was a little mess up in the story yesterday, so that's why I couldn't get it out, because it was really messed up. I had a bunch of problems started occurring, so that's why I couldn't get yesterday's story out. But honestly, who cares about that? It's now the day after on Sunday. So guys, I first off want to say, before I actually get started with this week's story, I honestly cannot thank you guys for your incredible support on this series so far. This is episode 48 of this series. Would have been cool if we actually hit episode 50 on this day, but unfortunately, we couldn't. But that's okay, because we actually have something really cool today. So guys, yeah, I honestly could not thank you guys for your incredible support on this series so far. Your support so far on this series has been incredible over the past year, and I could not thank you guys enough for that. Let's keep the support on this series going. I want to really see how many of you guys really do enjoy these stories. And that's why I'm, of course, gonna make even more. I already got one planned for next Saturday. Well, actually, this coming Saturday, August 3rd. But anyway, guys, in celebration of the 1 year anniversary of Saturday Stories today, I'm going to bring up the one topic you guys are probably actually have been wanting to know for a while. You've probably been wanting to know about this certain topic for a long time, but you guys might have probably asked the question, what even got me the idea to even make this series in the first place? Well, guys, in this week's Saturday Story, or more importantly, should I just say Sunday Story, because this is being recorded on a Sunday, but I'll just say Saturday Story because today is the anniversary. But in this week's story, I'm going to tell you guys the story of how I even came up with the idea for this series, and how I even began it in the first place. Like, what got me the idea to actually make this series in the first place. So, yep, the story is all about why I even started the series. Let's go! Woo! Alright, let's begin, shall we? So yeah, guys, let's just think about this. What even got me the idea to even start the story series in the first place? Well, there could be one particular reason. And yeah, let's just say what it is. Well, I just feel like sharing some cool stories with you guys. I mean, back then, I didn't really have too many of you. I think I only had 138 of you when I started this series last year. Yes, hard to believe. I only had 138 of you guys when I started this series last year. Wait, hold on a second. How many do I actually have now? I know we're in the 500s, but let's see how far in the 500s we have up until today. 509. Still good, though. But yeah, in reality, guys, I just wanted to share some cool stories with you guys about, my past and stuff, what stuff is coming in the future, just really cool stuff, in all honesty. Let's just make that, 100% clear right there. Yeah, let's just make that, clear, 100% clear right there. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share some stories with you guys, and it just felt like so cool and like appreciative just to tell you guys like overall and like look guys, I'm literally telling you the truth right here why I started this. So yeah, there is some cool stuff, but yeah. I just wanted to share some cool stories about like my past or again what's coming in the future or just anything special in general that you guys didn't know um, before this channel, mainly technically. Although I know most of the stories as of like very recently haven't really been stories at all. Thank the Lord, finally this one's actually a story for once. Not to be mistaken with the lab stories. Those technically aren't really stories at all, but if you'd like to count it out of it, I'm okay. But in reality, this is technically the first story in quite a while. It's actually the first story that's actually a story ever since like May like 11th or something. But yeah, I'm honestly, I just don't know. uh, like I just like to just tell stories to you guys about like past things. Like I told you guys a story about Evil Street Leader. I told you guys stories how like I discovered the new and old backyard, the history of the top of the pump house, how I created the time machine. Those are just some examples of some stories I've done, like also why I created the video profile, what I did before this channel. Yeah, kind of like those. I just wanted to just tell you guys like stuff about like my past and whatever you guys have ever wanted to hear. And by the way, guys, actually, I have nothing to say. I actually have nothing to say about any of that, but yeah, I just wanted to just tell you guys some cool, interesting stories. I even told you guys about the 2 times I went to St. Augustine back in September. In September 2018, I think on like the 16th, like September 16th, which technically was a Sunday. That's because I forgot to do it on the Saturday. I told you guys the story of like how I went to St. Augustine like 2012 and 2013. Those are just another example. But yeah, I just like to tell you guys stories about all about like my past and stuff. So that's kind of why I created this series in the first place, just to give you guys like why I even began this pretty cool story series. And I'm honestly just so impressed just to believe, like guys, I honestly am just like it's just crazy.
We just wasted
just to believe
because
like
Hero wasn't convinced.
how far we've come.
We wasted a debate.
I promise you next week I'll have an actual story that actually goes live next Saturday on the 3rd. I'll actually have to schedule that because yeah. But yeah, in reality, I think a car just went by. Yeah, I think a car just went by. Anyway, yeah, it's funny enough that I'm actually celebrating this in New York. I didn't think I was actually going to celebrate Stardew Stories anniversary here in New York. It's actually kind of crazy. But anyway, um, anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to just tell you guys stories about like my past and cool things that you may have wanted to hear about like me or something. Like that's kind of all I wanted to just like make this series about. Like throughout the past year, you guys have really learned a lot about me actually. And don't worry, this is in a good way. I actually told you guys stories in a good way, so I don't reveal anything personal. Thank the Lord I didn't. Otherwise, you would have known that. Am I glad I did not reveal anything personal? And I will never reveal anything personal about me, of course. No, I won't. I'm just telling you cool stories about like anything that I created or like anything like special. I've been telling you guys for these past like 2 to 3 weeks about the lab's history and like how we've created all those really cool events. It just shows like I'm just telling you guys stories about like everything I've done pretty much. And yep, that's what the whole point of this series was. And that's kind of how I created it. Yep, I just created this entire series just to tell you guys stories, again, about my past and many other cool creative things that you probably wanted to know about me. So, that's kind of why I just created this series in the first place. series. It was really cool. And if I did repeat a bunch of things 100 times, I do very well apologize. I think I repeated the same thing like 5 or 6 times, which I kind of apologize for that, but I won't make that mistake next time. But yeah, guys, that's kind of how I just created this series in the first place. So yeah. And by the way, Saturday Stories is actually the last series I actually ever created. That actually was a full-on series on this channel. I mean, like, mini-series like Legos Island Summer and Legos Island Christmas, those are just mini-series. That are just, that only come every once a year or something. Because those 2 series don't even last as long. They only last, like a month or something. Well, Legos Island Summer lasts for 3 months, and Legos Island Christmas lasts for, like, 25 days, and then it ends there. But this is actually the last series. Like, Saturday Stories was the last series that I turned into a full-on series. Like, after that, I really never created any other series after this point, so we don't have any more anniversaries to celebrate, actually, regarding any series. But yeah, it's crazy to believe that I literally created this series a year ago. And actually, before I also end off the video, I also just want to let you know, like, I actually made 3 stories on July 28th, 2018. And the 3 stories were, the first one being the history of the Top of the Pond Palace, the second one being how I discovered the new backyard, and the third one being why I created the time machine. Seems like you guys really enjoyed those. And by the way, I also created the series not only just to tell you guys why I wanted to tell stories. I also created the series also in celebration of my 2nd anniversary on YouTube as well. That's another reason. Because also last year was also my 2nd anniversary on YouTube last year. I also wanted to create a new series also in celebration. But the real main purpose I really created the series was just to tell stories about myself. And that was all I created this series for. Just to tell stories about myself and any cool creations that I've never told you guys about before that I've kept hidden for a long time. But really, I've mainly almost told you every single creation I've done. You never know, there could be one more creation I may have not told you that, and I could reveal that very soon. Because there probably are maybe a few more creations that I've still not revealed to you yet. But hey, there could be that chance anytime soon. There may be a possible chance. I mean, as you know, like a month ago, the 627 right here in my username was revealed. By myself, of course. Someone even asked me, like, why my username was this. And by the way, to anyone who's curious, I'm actually going to make a Saturday Stories about that very soon. Might even be this week's. On Saturday, maybe. I'm probably also going to make a story about that. But guys, in all seriousness, that's why I created the series in the first place. Once again, for the last time, it was one because of my 2nd anniversary. I just wanted to create a new series in celebration of my 2nd anniversary last year. But again, the real main purpose was just because I wanted to tell stories to you guys about my past and all the amazing creations I have done that you've never known before. So, yeah. That's it, guys. Like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Actually, I have one more video that's actually coming out after this. It is Club Penguin Online for Operation Crustacean Mission 2. So be on the lookout for that after this video. Alright, I'm out!